Welcome to Hardback Life. It's time for stories, sass, and strong opinions. Let's turn the page. I'm Cassie.
And I'm Becca.
Hi, guys.
I could recite that entry in my sleep.
I think I can at this point now, too. I mean, I still look at it because I get nervous, but...
Yeah, I would probably still read it, but I definitely hear that intro in my sleep.
What's going on? I miss you.
I know. It's sad that we're not together in person anymore.
No.
It's depressing.
It's so depressing.
It's fine. When I went to this Root and Rise festival in Bel Air, Maryland, and did a lot of book networking. And while I was there, I found a mobile bookstore, like a book pop-up. I was telling Cassie about this the other night, and they have a trailer that you can pull, and she's redone it, and it's a whole mobile bookstore. And I was talking to her and telling her how we were going to do this together or whatever. And I was like, but she lives in PA. She was like, when you eventually do something like this, you could set it up as like your mobile bookstore, but also where you record your podcast. Because I was telling her we record a podcast.
That's
so
a good idea.
Smart.
That is smart.
So smart. The only thing I didn't think about is where we're going to put it.
Yeah. I currently don't have a driveway. It's street parking.
I mean, I guess to be fair, I guess I could park it here at my condo.
Yeah. Also, we posted a picture of you in that little trailer, so shout out to the Instagram for that.
It was a pretty cute picture, not gonna lie.
It was adorable. I had FOMO.
I know, I was sad that you weren't with me. What's new with you?
Nothing.
You just spent the last week of your life dog sitting.
I did. I was dog sitting. And I'm also, and nobody's gonna know because I still look so pale, but this is the tannest I think I've ever been in my life.
What's so funny about that is you do look really pale in this video, but you looked...
It's the ring light, but yeah, you can't even tell.
You looked really tan when you called me on FaceTime last night.
I know. I am tan, guys. Usually I'm like translucent, so it's not like me being tan says much, but...
Well, you also don't wear sunscreen when you go out in the sun because you want to burn so you'll tan, which is...
That's only the first couple times. Then I do wear it.
That's still not okay.
I gotta get a base burn before...
It's irresponsible. That's such irresponsible skincare.
What are you gonna do?
Oh, God.
What are you reading?
I feel like it hasn't changed since we last talked about what I was reading. So I'm reading Dracula. I'm trying to finish it up because we have our book club meeting tonight. I don't know if it's going to actually fully get done before the meeting, but now I'm kind of like in it.
Cliff notes the ending. Oh, well, if you want to finish it, yeah.
You know, I don't really know if I'm motivated to finish it, so I might just Cliff Notes the ending.
I enjoy it. I've read it before, but I read it again for book club, and I enjoy it.
Yeah, it's just the writing for me. Because what was it, published in like the 1800s?
Yeah.
So that's been the only hard part because that kind of makes things confusing. So yeah, I'm still reading Dracula, and then I'm still reading House of Flame and Shadow. I kind of put that on the back burner to focus on Dracula, but I really haven't been reading in general. I think I talked about this on the last episode because I'm just so fucking busy.
Yeah.
So I need to get out of it. I think I need to just be like, I'm going to read what I can of Dracula before the meeting. And then I think after that, I'm going to move on to House and Flame and Shadow because I need my reading to be reignited.
Pull you in. That'll pull you in.
Especially after this episode.
Yeah, you'll be in the mood for it.
I agree. What are you going to read now that you're done with Dracula?
I started Lights Out. That dark romance.
I want to hear about it.
I'm like 2 chapters in. I'm excited. I mean, I've heard such good things about it. And it's been a minute since I've read a dark romance. So I'm excited.
The only dark romance I've read is Haunting Adeline and Hunting Adeline.
Yeah, I did those. I did Dr. Stalker, which is the darkest.
That definitely was not a dark romance.
But I mean, he stalked her technically and wore a mask. But
that's all the qualifications needed for a dark romance: stalking and dark mask.
But this one's interesting because so far I think I just started chapter 3. She follows, and this isn't giving it away because like I said, I'm only 3 chapters in. She follows this TikTok account where he is like one of the masked guys that does the thirst traps and stuff. But he's her ex's roommate. So he's already kind of had a thing for her because he's seen her. And then she was trying to hook up just out of boredom, basically. Sent her ex a screenshot and was like, you want to come over with a mask or whatever? And he showed his roommate. So that's all I know so far. So he's now obsessed, pretty much.
Whoa.
And it was a screenshot of him.
Okay.
One of the bigger ones, I guess.
Actually, that sounds really interesting.
Yeah.
You definitely have to let me know how it is because I
will.
am curious.
I will. And then other than that, I have a couple arcs I have to get done. So
Oh, you have some more?
yeah, one's a poetry one, which I'm excited about. And then one is a thriller. Oh,
Okay.
and then I think I have another romance. I forget. I have a couple.
I have so much on the back burner. I need to get through Crescent City. And then I can like refocus.
I really want to read Onyx Storm, but I also really don't because I keep putting it off. Because
Can you please read it?
I think I'll do Lights Out. I'll do my arcs, and then I'll do Onyx Storm.
How many arcs do you have?
3. But one's poetry, so I'll read that in like an hour.
You'll read the others in like 24 hours. I can't keep up with you. Oh my God. Oh, something exciting happened for us. I think this past week, we hit 1,000 followers on Instagram.
We did. I'm so excited.
Honestly, that was all I wanted. And now however many we get, I don't care. I'm good. I'm good.
I'm so excited. I got to tell you, I don't think I really went in with the expectation anybody but our own friends and family would follow us. So the fact that there's like 1,000 people out there that follow us is so cool.
Especially all of the like indie authors and stuff that are finding us. It would be cool. We have plans to get indie authors on here. We just haven't had the time. We also wanted to get it started just the two of us before we branched out.
Even before we had 500 followers, Jo Rashini, she wrote the Branded duology, reached out, and we got to work with her super early on.
That was like when we had under 50 followers.
Yeah, it's so cool. And I read her books and she reached out because we posted about them. So it was so cool to work with an author that I'm reading. And then working with Oddbird, one of the pop-ups that you frequent, I've been to just because it's in Maryland. So I don't get to go as much.
Yeah.
But thanks to a local author, and I have her book and I've been talking to her now. It's just so cool. It's so
I know. I'm so excited. We need to make some time to schedule some of that stuff out.
I know.
We do have a 1,000 follower giveaway running on our Instagram right now with a blind date with a book and a cute little tote. There is a picture of it on Instagram. It's real cute.
Yeah.
Obviously, we were trying to plug the podcast, but it didn't seem to go well when it was a requirement. So it's just an extra entry to follow the podcast and post it on your story. So we get it, guys. We hear you. Not everybody's into podcasts.
And that's the other thing. We have 1,000 followers on Instagram, which I'm so thankful for, but like 10 listeners on the podcast, which again, I'm so thankful for because that's 10 whole people listening to us. I can't believe that.
I'm pretty sure that we have more listeners on Spotify.
I think I'm probably being dramatic, but
I think you are. So 92.7% of our listeners are female, 6.2% are male, and 1% non-specified.
Okay.
Our highest age range is 28 to 34, which makes sense because that's our age range. And then most people are from the United States that are listening, and then it's mostly found on Spotify.
Yeah.
So,
speaking of where the people are, I did see on our giveaway, and I guess this is something we should decide, is somebody asked if they could enter internationally.
I know, I did see that, and we should consider that. Yeah. We just don't have a lot of...
I've never mailed anything internationally, so I don't really know.
I have. Yeah, I've mailed internationally. It's just like a heftier bill when you take it to the post office. We should look into that.
Yeah, like I said, it's just so cool that there's like 1,000 people in general that listen to us, but to imagine they're in other countries and listening and interested, or not even just listening, but on our Instagram. I don't know. It's so cool.
I know, it's wild. No, I didn't.
I expected our moms.
And our friends.
Yeah. That's it.
We really got welcomed into the book community, but you did a lot of legwork. You've been doing a lot of interacting, which you're much better at than I am.
I have been trying to interact and just talk to more bookstagrams because I think that's also one of the cool parts of the community is everybody just genuinely seems really kind. So commenting on other people's stuff, I enjoy interacting with them. So I hope they enjoy interacting with us.
Well, I mean, we found, 3 of our book club members through Bookstagram. So that's been fun.
Oh, so fun. It's so cool.
Okay, let's talk about A Court of Mist and Fury.
guys. Well, we didn't even tell you what it was, but I'm
We
so
haven't.
excited. You guys know how I feel about ACOTAR, and this is my favorite in the whole series.
This is not my favorite in the whole series, but it is the book that convinced me that it was worth reading the series. So
No, I was gonna do this one for a 5-star episode, and I think I said that, but I didn't want to do 2 from SJM, especially in the same series, and I had just read Fourth Wing, so it worked.
So is this your 6-star book?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the whole series is probably overall 6 stars for me.
Okay. I love that for you.
Yeah. Frost and Starlight, I think I gave a 4.
Frost and Starlight, honestly, underrated. It was my favorite in the series before I read Silver Flames.
I don't hate it. I guess in the moment of reading it, I was like, why do we need this? What is so important about all these things? And then when you get into Silver Flames, you're like, oh, that makes so much more sense. But I also I never go back and change ratings. It's like once I rate it, I rate it. So maybe after reading Silver Flames, I could have gone back and given it a 5, but I don't do that.
No, I think it should be your first impression of the book.
Yeah, I leave it.
Yeah, even if you reread the book, I don't think that it should be a re-rate.
Yeah, I agree. Even Dracula, I was like, should I rate it? I have already read it technically, but I've never read it as an adult with the Goodreads and everything, so I did.
That's fair. All right, well, let's hit our synopsis.
Okay.
You can hit the synopsis. I'll hit all of the awards that this book has because it's got a list.
It does. So, a court of mist and fury where feelings get fey and dramatic. Our heroine is back, alive and trying to vibe, but life after magical trauma isn't all fairy wings and flower crowns. She's stuck in a palace where the emotional support is about as helpful as a soggy teacup. Then, boom, mysterious, arrogant, too handsome for his own good fey guy shows up like, hey, remember that magical deal we made? Time to pay up. Suddenly, she's whisked away to a place where everyone wears black, talks in sarcasm, and casually drops poetic monologues about trauma and destiny. They are very linguistic in that court.
They are.
Yeah. There's magic, there's flirting, there's emotional baggage handled with the grace of a baby deer on a frozen pond. Also flying. Love it.
Honestly, that was a great synopsis without giving spoilers.
Yeah, because I had another one, but there was way too many spoilers about it, so I had to reel it back in.
Yeah, it was the 2016 Goodreads Choice Award winner for Best Young Adult Fantasy and Science Fiction. That's interesting.
Which I was going to say, I find interesting. I don't think of it as science fiction.
No, but you know, whatever.
Yeah.
It was published May 3rd in 2016 by Bloomsbury, USA. Critically praised by The Guardian, Bustle, and others for its character development and emotional themes. It's a massive book talk popularity, especially for A Court of Mist and Fury. This one is often cited as fans' favorite in the series. It's often ranked highest in polls and forums when readers are asked to pick their favorite ACOTAR book. Mm-hmm. So you fall within that statistic.
I'm just so basic.
Maas won 7+ Goodreads awards, but some apply to other books like ACOTAR and A Court of Silver Flames. Top Spotify audiobooks in 2024. So ACOTAR, number 1, and A Court of Mist and Fury, number 4. I don't know why it said number 4.
Because ACOTAR was the number 1 audiobook.
Oh,
and then was
okay. I'm having a moment. Okay. Basically, series-wide popularity. And then some bestseller stats reflect the entire series. So Publishers Weekly, ranking all ACOTAR-related books. It is just one of those books that really took off, which is crazy because it was published in 2016. And all of a sudden, it's now taking off on Book Talk, which is... Book Talk just does it for a lot of books, I feel like.
And what's so funny is for so long, I remember like walking around Target and seeing these books. And I'm like, oh, one day I'll read them. One day I'll read them. And I just never did. And then January, maybe. I have known these books less than a year. I've known about Sarah J. Maas less than a year, but I always just kept putting it off for some reason. Look, it's like with Fourth Wing. I just know they're going to be so good, I don't want them to end. So the longer I wait, the longer I have them in my life.
Oh my God. Let's hit some of the spoiler-free discussion topics.
Yeah.
Because this book is hard to do without spoilers.
I agree.
I just think when you get into the other books after you do the first book in a series, it's really hard to talk about them without giving spoilers. But I do feel like that there's content here because I think that one of the topics that we had written down to talk about is the evolution from YA to new adult,
Mhm.
because technically these are YA, which I feel like that the first one, sure. After that, not so much.
I mean, even the first one's kind of pushing it, to be honest.
Pushing it. But it's got one smutty scene.
Yeah, but it's gruesome towards the ending. That's a dark,
Mm.
time. I don't know.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like that there are YA books out there that are worse with the gruesome
That's
stuff.
true. That's true.
So
ACOTAR's banned. I don't know if A Court of Mist and Fury is technically banned,
I don't know. I'm
but I
not
know
sure, actually.
ACOTAR actually is.
Yeah, ACOTAR is. I'm not sure if Mist and Fury is. I would assume.
Yeah, I would think it'd be the whole series.
But yeah, I just think that's why I really liked this book, is I think that it shifted tone completely. Like, we've had long conversation about how ACOTAR didn't really pull me in right away.
Yeah.
And this one did. I remember rating it on Goodreads after I finished it. And I was like, wow, the first book really blew, but this second book really just
Yeah.
threw me in.
I think my whole review was just I'm obsessed. I think that's just what I said.
You know what's really interesting? I'm going to make a statement that you probably won't like. I think that there would need to be some rewriting done, but I really think that ACOTAR could have been a novella of how Feyre got to Prithian. This could have just been the start of the series.
I disagree because it's like two parts. There's her getting there and her time in the Spring Court, but then there's the whole when she has to come back for Under the Mountain. You can't put all that in a novella. There's no way.
Well, yeah.
You could
Okay.
You could do two novellas, but then might as well just put it into one book.
Maybe I retract my statement. Maybe that was too aggressive of a statement. I just think that this book is really the start of the series. I think that the first book is necessary for world building and background on Feyre and how we get to Under the Mountain. But Under the Mountain is when it gets good. Then you hit this book and it's like, okay, we have a series here. We have a book. We have a storyline.
And I know that's that's a pretty popular opinion of this being really where it starts. But for me, I disagree. I think it needs all of that in the beginning. I think we need to know how she ends up there. I think we need that background on Tamlin. I think we need, what she thought about Rhys very early on. And I think we need all of it in order to get to where this book takes us.
I'm not saying we don't need it, but I think that this is where it gets good.
I mean, that's your personal opinion because I thought it got good at first.
Okay, moving on. No spoilers, but how do we feel overall about this book handling healing after trauma?
I liked it. I think it makes a really big case of your support system and how important that is and the kind of people you keep around yourself when you're going through something like that or when you're healing from anything. I thought was a really big, important detail that they had in here because I do think the company you keep is important to your healing process. So I really liked the emphasis on that.
Yeah, it's so interesting because it really just hits the ground running with some of the trauma response that she has without giving spoilers. But in the very beginning of this book, she is experiencing the physical symptoms of the trauma. She has a really hard time with vomiting. And here, I'll read a little. We've never done this. I'll read a little bit. Chapter 1.
Right from the beginning.
Right from the beginning. I vomited into the toilet, hugging the cool sides, trying to contain the sounds of my retching. Moonlight leaked into the massive marble bathing room, providing the only illumination as I was quietly thoroughly sick. Tamlin hadn't stirred as I jolted awake, and when I hadn't been able to tell the darkness of my chamber from the endless night of Amarantha's dungeons, when the cold sweat coating me felt like the blood of those fairies I'd hurtled for the bathing room. I think that right there just highlights the visceral response that people have to something really traumatic. And obviously, this is fiction, but it I don't know. I like it.
I do too. And I also, that was the beginning of the end for me with Tamlin right there, because how do you not feel her jumping up like that? I can't imagine that.
I just feel like that he underplayed it, and I just didn't appreciate that.
No, I agree. I think he came out, and I'm not trying to belittle trauma, but Amarantha loved him. I mean, loved, but he was like her pet. So he didn't experience Under the Mountain in the same way other characters experienced Under the Mountain. So I think he's like, well, I don't feel that way. So why does she feel that way? I was there longer type of thing.
Yeah, you know what? He's one that we should dive into the psyche for.
Mm. Yes. With her, also, just a sidebar to this, but with Tamlin specifically, since SJM posted that she finished her first draft for 6 or 6 through 8, we don't know. People are like, well, Tamlin's going to have his redemption arc. No, they tried. He fucking sucks. What can he do for taking away 2 people's humanity, basically? On top of starting the fucking war himself. He could have started it.
SJM is really fantastic, but
I mean, she's a genius. So if anybody could do it, she could, but I don't want her to.
no, I'm interested in other people over him. I'm over it.
Who I really want more about, because I love him, even though I don't know if I should, is Eris.
Oh, that's a good one. And I was going to say, just to touch back on the Tamlin situation, the only way I accept a redemption arc for Tamlin is if him and Elaine end up together.
So here's the thing. I'm all for that. He won't be redeemed because I'm just meh about Elaine anyway. So
I am too.
Care. That's the thing. I'm excited to get another book, but I'm just like meh about her, and I don't want it to be hers.
She's just
in
the garden.
Here,
oh no.
I'm gonna say it here and now. If she ends up with Az, I'm done. I'm rioting. I'm done. That can't happen. For so many reasons, that can't happen. Not all the bad boys can be with the sisters. That's a cliche. And also, no.
No.
There's another character, and I won't give it away, but there is another character for him out there. And it is sure as shit not Elaine. Just because he's nice to her doesn't mean he loves her. Like, come on.
I'm really interested to get to the point where we finally get a book.
I will riot.
I almost wish that she just was leaving it alone. But there's so much unfinished. The series just...
No. We cannot just have... I want...
No.
I want Elaine. I want Eris. I want more. I want... Who else do I want? I want Tamlin. Even though I hate him, I want more. No way. She has too many characters we got to cover bases for here. I want Lucian. If he doesn't end up with Elaine, which I still could see happening.
I would be fine with that.
I'd be fine with that.
I like Lucian.
Because I agree. And I also feel like, yes, she's very flowery, but Autumn Court, there's still flowers that grow in autumn, you know? I feel like she could be Spring or Autumn Court, but she's definitely not a Night Court. And that's why she can't be Az.
I just need her to go to the Spring Court.
Honestly, I just need her to get the F out. I'm over her. I remember there was a time when Nesta was my least favorite sister, but it's Elaine at the moment.
No, Elaine was always the least favorite, because at least even when Nesta was the bitch, she still had substance to her.
That's a thing. I could like Elaine, as heated as I am at the moment. I actually don't have anything against her. She's not for Az. He needs better. He needs more substance than that. And I just don't know enough about her. I really don't hate her.
No, they didn't.
Fine. She's just meh.
Yeah, there's not really a lot of info about her, which, I mean, obviously, I'm sure that SJM is done on purpose. I'm sure that there's going to be some back stuff. But anyway, moving on from Elaine, because it's just going to get both of us really riled up. Let's talk about choice and autonomy in this book, because I really feel like that Feyre reclaims her life in this book. And I'm trying really hard not to give spoilers.
Here's the thing about the word reclaim, is I feel like she really never had any autonomy to begin with.
Actually, that's such a good point.
Yeah, we know from book 1 that her mom died early. They lived in that, cabin, however you want to describe it. And she was kind of forced into this caretaking role. And she didn't really get to decide that for herself. Then she got brought to Prynthian, and she was Tamlin's pet and didn't really get to decide that for herself. And so I feel like this is the first time she has choice and any control over what's happening to her. And I love it for her.
Yeah, maybe it's just she finally has gained autonomy and stood up for
Yeah.
herself in all regards, because I just think overall that she really gets the opportunity to work through her trauma and then realize how much even trauma that she had before she came to Prithian,
Yeah.
with, like you said, having to be a caretaker for her family and, basically being the only one that was hunting and providing, and all of her family was really shitty and ungrateful, especially her sisters.
Yeah.
And so I just think that this is a great book for female empowerment and, like, working through trauma and realizing that you can take your life back, or you can have a life that you want for yourself. But also the importance of, like, community as well is a really big theme in
Yeah.
this book. Having the support of others, being lifted up, being told that you're worthy.
Mhm.
This is the book for you.
And that's like going back to what we first talked about, like how we feel about how it addressed trauma. We really think it made such a big point of the people around you matter. If you're not in a relationship necessarily, but any relationship you have with your friends, with your spouse, if it feels like it's draining you and you're not getting what you need from that relationship, then it's not necessarily for you, at least for your healing time. You need to be heard. You need to be listened to. You need to be, you know, valued. And I don't think she really ever was. And I think that her healing, that community, like you said, is such a big point.
I agree. And that's, like, a good segue into one of our other points of why this has just gotten so much attention on Book Talk and Bookstagram. Well, I think number one, the romance in this book is just
Oh, yeah. Top
really,
tier.
really good. No spoilers, obviously, but the romantic relationship that occurs in this book, you have to get
It doesn't
through.
come to full fruition until very late in the book.
You have to get through all of this.
But you are rewarded at chapter 55 for sticking through, guys.
Listen, we're gonna do, for those of you who know, if it's a if you know
You know.
situation,
Yeah.
we've decided we're gonna do a mini episode on chapter 55 because
Yeah.
it needs to be discussed and it needs
I
to be
mean, it's
read
like
aloud.
it's a literal meme. Chapter 55 is like on people's sweatshirts or whatever. You know what I mean? It's just like a whole thing.
There are stickers.
Yeah.
It's a whole situation. That's such a good idea for stuff that we can sell at our pop-up. Listen, I'm really shipping the pop-up. I think Cassie's had enough about hearing about the pop-up from me.
No, I'm excited about it. I'm just anxious about all of the businessy aspects of it. You know what I mean? But I'm super excited.
Me too. I don't know how to run a business, so this is going to be really funny.
Same.
And we
I
also
don't
both
even
have
know how to like
ADHD.
run my own life. Like I kill plants. I can't, you know?
We may want to invest in some assistance.
Good idea.
I don't know what that would look like. Anyway, we got on a tangent there for a second. Let's play a game, and then we'll go into
Okay.
the spoiler section.
Okay. Well, the two games I have picked, one is definitely spoilers, so we can't do that one here. And then the other one is Smash or Pass
Let's do Smash or Pass.
with other characters. So do we feel like giving new characters is spoiling, or is that okay?
I think it's fine.
Okay.
Whatever.
So
There's not
Smash or
really
Pass.
any context.
That's true. They're just names if you haven't read it.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's whatever. This is a bleh part. Okay, Smash or
Yeah.
Pass.
Tamlin.
Pass and bury him 50 feet in the ground.
Yeah, I'm kicking him to the garbage can. Pass.
Yeah. Mhm.
As.
Smash.
See.
Listen, SJM has made comments about how he is a sexual freak, and I just don't think
I don't
the
think
book
we're
talk world
prepared.
Bookstagram is ready for how kinky this man's about to be.
And also the whole wingspan joke where he has the biggest wingspan and everything. We thought Silver Flames was a lot, but I have a feeling when it is time for Az's book, nobody's ready. Especially with how quiet he is.
That's just another reason him and Elaine can't end up together, because I don't see this little girl who's flowery and frolicking in the garden being able to take this big man.
Nope. If you've read it, there's a character in Silver Flames that is introduced that he belongs with.
Yeah.
But that's all I'll say.
Okay, keep going.
Anyway, Lucian.
I'm going to pass.
Yeah. Very specifically for this book, I pass also. It's a hard pass in this book for me for him.
I think that I just pass on him because I love him, sweet baby Lucian.
Mm-hmm.
But I just really get the vibes that he would not be good in bed.
Okay, that's also fair. I'm just, based on his personality, I did not like him in this book at all.
Okay.
So, hard pass.
Okay. All right, keep going.
Let's do Rhys.
Oh, I'm smashing that.
I struggle with this one because sometimes
Cassandra.
he's like annoying a little bit sometimes. In this book, smash. Rest of the series, pass probably.
Honestly, if we're speaking solely bedroom, I'm kind
fair.
of into the controlling.
That's
You want to lock me up in a cage? Okay.
I mean, pushing it for me, but
Okay.
for you.
That might have been a little aggressive.
That was aggressive. What about Cassian? I mean, we all know my answer, so I don't even...
we all know that you're smashing to the moon. I think I'm going to pass because I don't think that he's just not my guy. Yeah. He's not my type.
I'm going to need you to give me a breakdown of what is wrong with him because literally nothing.
No, nothing's wrong with him. I just, physically, he's not my type.
Yeah. See, I like a bulkier person, or a bulkier guy, whether it's like muscle or like a little chunk.
Like, I'm like scared. Like, I'm pretty sure he would crack me in half. If Cassian was whispering in my ears to put my hands on the headboard, like, I would be scared that like my parts were just going to split open.
Get me some glue. I'll glue them there. It's fine.
Oh, no.
Not quite.
You just said that. You really said that? Get me some glue.
Cassian. I love him.
Get me some glue.
Oh, I love him.
Anybody else?
I mean, I had the king, but he's kind of obvious. Path.
Listen, I'm not a lesbian and I don't find women sexually attractive, but I want to talk about whether or not I would smash or pass on some of the females.
Okay, what about Moore?
Oh, I would totally smash. I think she'd be a beast in the bedroom. She'd know exactly what a woman would want.
That's fair. I think I agree.
Okay.
Amryn.
No.
Amryn scares me. I don't... She's scary for me.
Amryn scares me. Amryn is somebody that I feel would want to create like a BDSM contract, and I just don't think that I could do it.
I just feel like if I were ever in the presence of somebody like Amryn, or hypothetically Amryn was ever real, I think I'd cry just being in the same vicinity as them. She seems so intimidating.
Yeah, like Moore doesn't give me that. No, Moore doesn't give me that. Moore is she's very present. She's very supportive. She shows up, and I think that's very beautiful and very attractive.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm like a little torn on Moore, but I would probably still say yes.
Okay.
That's all I had for these.
I'm passing on Feyre. I'm just making that statement.
Oh, I didn't even put her. Probably because she'd be a hard pass for me too.
Yeah.
I literally didn't even think of her.
You know who I would smash? Nesta.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. She, through Silver Flames, grew on me, but...
I think that my answer is loaded by the fact that I've read the series. Like, I've read Silver Flames, and I know what she becomes, and I totally would smash.
No, I... Still knowing that, I say no.
Okay. Elaine passed. Elaine is probably like a dead fish in the bedroom.
I don't even want to think about it, to be honest with you.
But we're going to have to, because we know it's coming at some point.
That's fair. What was Elaine's fiance's name?
I don't remember. He was insignificant and stupid.
He's a hard pass, too. I don't even know if he's in this book. Yes, he is.
Yeah.
I mean, he might not be, but they talk about him a lot.
Okay. Spoilers.
Guys.
All right, don't listen if you haven't read this book. But I also feel like that if you haven't read this book, I wonder
Get on it.
What you're doing with your life. When I first met Rhysand in the first book, there was nothing in me that was like, oh yeah, this is going to be like a future love interest for her. It just didn't really initially cross my mind because I think I was so engulfed in all of Tamlin's red flags, even though I didn't like him. Also, this was my first entry into the fantasy romantasy realm, and I think that's a common theme sometimes where the first person who's introduced is not who they end up with.
That is.
And I just wasn't used to that, so I think I just had the immediate assumption that, oh, this is the love interest and this is what's gonna happen. And I'm so glad that it didn't.
The literal second he was introduced, I texted you.
You did?
He's gonna be important. He's gonna be important here.
I knew he was gonna be important. I didn't know if he was gonna be endgame.
I knew it. Because at Calamine, that's the fucking lotion again.
Wait.
What is this ceremony called?
We gotta stop with the lotion.
Calamine?
I think it's Calamay.
Calamay.
I think.
The second he said, oh, there you are, I've been looking for you, I'm like, they're gonna be together. I knew it.
Well, also, we were talking about it earlier in like the non-spoiler section, but like her growth and healing with her PTSD and her trauma from Under the Mountain, I think he was the love interest that made more sense because he really showed up for her and he was really there for her. And Tamlin was not going to be able to heal her or help her heal in the way that Rhysand showed up for her.
And then also one of the biggest giveaways that they were going to end up together for me is that the thought of the most handsome man she's ever seen in her life.
Mm-hmm.
When she thought that, I'm like, all right, you're done with Tam. Tam's done. We're done.
Bye-bye, Tam.
Bye-bye.
Tam tears. I also really love that they made her High Lady. I just think that was... But this is the thing.
Stupid Tamlin was like, there are no High Ladies.
Okay, but this is the thing. Do you think that... Now, we're solely just taking from when that happens, right? When that happens in A Court in Mist and Fury, when you find out, she's High Lady and Rhysand's made her High Lady.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that up to that point, she earned that title?
Yeah. I mean, she fought for Velaris. She killed the Ator. She also went to the summer court with them to get the book and, help Trick, which I feel bad. He was a nice guy. Oh, we should have done him on Smasher Pad.
Wait, we can do it right now.
Smash.
Oh, yeah, 100% tip.
Tarquin. Yeah, I would smash.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so yeah, I do think she earned it. And I think she was always trying to help. Like, she tried to help even before leaving the Spring Court, I think it's just in her nature, and I think...
Did you see it coming?
Her being High Lady?
Mm-hmm.
Because of who Rhys is and his character, yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. I also think, too, it sets up A Court of War and Ruin.
Yeah. I guess I didn't see how it was coming, but I was not surprised.
I think that it wouldn't... I think her going back to the Spring Court, wouldn't hold as much weight if she didn't secretly have that title.
Yeah. You know what my favorite thing about that is? And it took me time to realize it, but Lucian, with his eye, can see through glamour. So he saw her glamour over her wedding tattoos and just didn't say a thing. But he was, he was suspicious the whole time, but he didn't say shit.
Lucian loves her. Not, romantically, but he cares about her, I think.
I don't know. I think he just tried to make up for all the shit he pulled in this book, to be honest with you.
Okay. Let's visit the last lines of this book. Okay, here it is. I gave Lucian a sweet, sleepy smile, so our game began. We hit the sweeping marble stairs to the front doors of the manor, and so Tamlin unwittingly led the High Lady of the Night Court into the heart of his territory. That's just, honestly, you just need to read that last line. And so Tamlin unwittingly led the High Lady of the Night Court into the heart of his territory. When this book ended that way, I slapped this motherfucker closed and I was like, immediately to the next one.
I also really loved when you got Rhys's point of view after that. And Amren's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? She's your wife and your High Lady and you just send her over there? What are you doing? Mm-hmm. I love how much they loved her.
I agree. I mean? They really, the sense of community, they really, really took her in.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like a lot of times found family is a very hard trope, not make corny. And I just feel like SJM is a literal genius. She did it so well.
And I think that found family or chosen family or whatever term you want to use, I think that's overall in just society is an important topic. And so I'm really glad that there is a book, of specifically a fiction book, that talks about the importance of found family and chosen family, because I'm going to bring this in. I think I've told you about this before, but I'm a Harry Styles stan. But in one of his albums, he has a song called Matilda. And in that song, it said, you can have a party and not invite your family because they never showed you love. And I think that this book highlights that. I think Feyre eventually gets there with her family for many reasons, but I think that she chose this family, and they showed her love in ways that even her own biological family didn't.
I mean, all of them. Cassian, that's his found family. That's his found family. All of them come from these different dynamics, and some of them aren't willing. I know Cassian's story is a little bit different than some of the other ones. Like, he loved his mom, but circumstances happened. Rhys loved his parents, but circumstances happened. So they all come from these different dynamics where they don't have other family. And I don't know, it's just done so well, and I loved it.
That's why I loved A Court of Frost and Starlight so much, because I think that novella highlights chosen family.
Yeah, I think also thinking about A Court of Frost and Starlight is my issue is with, because it's, to resemble Christmas, it's the winter solstice, is I have been not anti-Christmas the last couple of years, but through grieving, it's become like a really hard time of year for me. So a whole book around that idea, it was hard, if that makes sense.
That's fair. I will accept that response.
I think that's what it was. It was really hard for me to get through that book. And I'm not hating on it. There's nothing wrong with the book. I just think that reading about a time that is supposed to be so happy in our life as well, it's hard for me still.
Well, and I think it goes back to the conversation we had in our 5-star episode about when you read a book matters.
Yeah.
And what's going on in your life when you're reading that book matters, and how you connect to it, how you struggle with it, vice versa. Last discussion point for spoilers. Is Rhysand a true feminist icon, or is he still morally questionable? Because I think that he borders being a little bit manipulative. I love him, don't get me wrong, but I think that he's a little nuts. I think he needs to work on some of his trauma.
I mean, I've said it before. He has a lot of red flags. A lot. And since Tamlin, I do this now in every book, where now I'm looking for the red flags. I remember when I was reading, I think it was Crescent City. You had started it before me, and I texted you about one of the guys, and I was like, I already love him, but it's the Tamlin effect, where I don't trust anybody anymore. So I was like, can I love him? And you were like, yeah, you can. And then, no spoilers, but that didn't last long either.
Tamlin has ruined it for...
Yeah, so I think maybe if Tamlin never existed, I wouldn't see Rhys's red flags, but I see them.
Well, and I think that I think what is a little narcissistic for me is but all of this is for the greater good. And it's for the greater good, but you need to kind of let your high lady in on some of this stuff.
How many times did he lead her into like a very dangerous trap and not say anything about it? Like, it made her go rescue her own wedding ring.
Also, can you imagine if she hadn't gotten out of that cottage? He would have felt real shitty.
Yup. What if the Ator killed her outside her family's house? Would have been real shitty, Rhys.
He just really, but then again, like, it's like, man, to have that much faith in your partner.
You can have faith and not have to test it, though.
That's a good statement.
I have faith that Andrew can do a lot. I'm never going to test him on those things, though.
That's fair. God. I feel like we don't even need to, like, say what we rated it, because we both rated it 5 hardbacks. Well, Cassie 6, so.
If I could, I would. If I could, I would.
I know you would. Okay, I want to play this quote game because I'm super pumped about it.
All right, so guys, just a brief little tidbit on this. I went and I used ChatGPT, and I was like, give me some good quotes from this book. First of all, it gave me quotes that were not real, and it gave me them by the wrong character. One, I'm going to say, I'll tell you who ChatGPT told me it was, and I instantly knew it wasn't, but
I think this is a great example of how ChatGPT doesn't always pull through.
I agree. Guys, it's not, take it with a grain of salt for what it is, Don't trust. Even the creator says don't trust it. So don't trust it.
Ugh.
All right, ready?
You have to explain the game.
Oh, so I'm going to say a quote and you have to tell me who said it. And bonus points if you could tell me what was happening, like when it was said. If I can also remember. I think I remember because I literally just went through the whole book to find them, but 50-50 shot.
All right, here we go.
All right. We're all broken in our own ways, in places no one can see.
Do I get multiple choice options?
No.
Was that more?
Yeah, it was more. Good job.
Ah.
Good job. There are good days and hard days for me, even now. Don't let the hard days win.
Was that Rhysand?
Yep.
Wow.
So it told me that one was more ChatGPT, and it said the first one was Cassian. And I'm like, no. I love my boy, but he did not say that.
No.
All right, ready?
Yep.
You mean to tell me that my high lady is now surrounded by enemies?
Amren?
More.
Damn. I didn't know you repeated. You should have told me I could have repeated characters.
Oh, there's repeats.
Okay.
Yeah. She's your mate, not your spy. Go get her.
More?
Amren.
Oh, I mixed them up. Okay.
That got on him the hardest about it.
Mm-hmm.
But for some reason, I thought I remembered as also being really pissed. But to be fair, I think he was real fucked up from the battle.
I think that he was really pissed, but I don't think he said much. It was just more in his body language and his behavior.
Yeah. All right, ready?
Yeah.
This is the talk of a madwoman, of arrogant, stupid fools.
Azriel?
Nope. Was Nesta to the queens when they didn't want to work with them.
Oh. Okay.
This one I think you're going to get.
Okay.
Feyre doesn't look too tired. Maybe she could give me a ride.
Rhysand?
No, Cassian, after they got back from the cabin, after chapter 55.
Oh, he was ripping on Rhysand.
Yeah, he was like, so the mate thing, we're good. This is done. Is it so bad to be his mate, to be part of our court, our family, tangled history and all?
Oh my God. I was on such a good roll. Was it Amren?
No, that was more when she went to the cabin to talk to Feyre.
Oh, okay.
All right, I had to, let me tell you the very brief quote first.
Okay.
Feyre Cursebreaker.
Why don't I remember who said this?
It was the surreal.
Oh, I love the surreal.
I had to put one in by them, but a lot of theirs are really obvious. So I had to pick a really short one.
Okay.
All right, this is nope, not this one. The next one's hard. You're dead. You and your entire cursed court.
Tamlin?
No, it was Lucian, but close.
I almost said Lucian.
Yeah. It was when he found them and she was like, don't look for me again. Like, I'm dead to you. You're dead to me.
Okay.
Yeah. This is a hard one. A human turned into a high fae and who is now standing beside a high lord at the place of honor. Interesting.
Is that Eris?
No, it was the Golden Queen. Yeah. Tempting, but no. The dick can't decide if he hates me or wants me.
Nesta?
Amren.
Oh.
About what's his name from the Summer Court.
Fair.
Yeah, that's like a very Amren one too.
Yeah, it is.
I'm thinking it would be very easy to love you.
Rhysand?
Nope. Feyre to Tarquin.
Oh.
Remember? And then Rhysand gets really jealous. He's like, I heard you say. Okay, anyway. You'd think with our skilled jewelers, they could make a crown a bit more comfortable. This one digs in horribly.
Rhysand.
Nope. Tarquin.
Oh, when she's showing him Or when he's showing her I thought that was a Rhysand and Feyre scene. Damn it. It's been a hot minute since I've read this book.
I know. Just cool your heels, Cassian.
Asriel.
Amryn.
Oh my God.
Honestly, ads doesn't say much.
Okay. Yeah.
I wrecked one building.
Cassian?
Yep. Because they wouldn't let him go back to summer court.
Yep.
Because you were breaking and I couldn't find another way to save you.
Rhysand?
Yep. About why he played music for her.
Yeah.
On the mountain. Oh, this is also a hard one. And you sound like you're going to your funeral.
And you sound like you're going to your funeral.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Alice.
Oh,
on her wedding day.
I completely forgot about Alice.
I love Alice, dude.
I do too. I completely forgot about her as a character.
They don't want or need your help. Your presence is a reminder of what they went through.
Lucian?
Yep.
Ding ding.
I don't want to hear another male's name on your lips right now.
Rhysand?
Tamlin. I had to throw one of his in there, but like, fuck you, Tim. So he won your heart after all, Cursebreaker.
Surreal.
Young Queen. Don't you touch her.
Rhysand.
As. It's like the one time I could find him talking, honestly. All right, last one.
Okay.
Put the prettier one in first.
Frick. Is it the king?
It was the king.
Yeah.
Which one's the prettier one?
I think Elaine, right?
It was, yeah. Just testing ya.
Thanks. All right, let's read some of the quotes that we pulled for the episode. Not for the game.
Okay.
The first one is, there are different kinds of darkness, Rhys said. I kept my eyes shut. There's the darkness that frightens, the darkness that soothes, the darkness that is restful. I pictured each. There is the darkness of lovers and the darkness of assassins. It becomes what the bearer wishes it to be, needs it to be. It is not wholly bad or good. I love that. I love the line in that says, it becomes what the bearer wishes it to be. I think that's so true of darkness and depression and things like that. Like, it becomes the story that you tell it.
Yeah, I agree. And that's kind of the Night Court's vibe. They live in darkness, but they're probably the happiest court,
I agree.
you know?
And they're painted as like this awful court and this awful place. And secretly they're happy
Helping
as can be.
everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're out for everybody. The next one, I just think it's just so sassy and I loved it. If you hadn't stolen my bride away in the night, Rhysand, I would not have been forced to take such drastic measures to get her back. I said quietly, the sun was shining when I left you. Love that.
The sun was shining when I left you.
It was real bright that day.
Ugh. Stick it to him.
I know, I loved it.
The last one is, and I wondered if love was too weak a word for what he felt, what he'd done for me, for what I felt for him.
I love that one.
That's just beautiful.
I just think, too, divorce is very big in our culture. My parents are divorced. They got divorced when I was really young. So to me, I guess I grew up thinking love was a very breakable thing, that it was harder to keep than it was to lose type of, I mean, spousal. Obviously, friends and family are different. And then when I met Andrew, I was genuinely confused because I can't picture a time without him. And this quote just hit me. Is it more, more than what normal people feel, or is this what it actually is?
Yeah, that's such a good reflection to have of like that love is what you are shown love is. And it's so powerful to even have this conversation about Feyre. She really wasn't shown what love was, even on a family level. And so when like Tamlin comes in and he swoops her off her feet, like no wonder she fell.
Yeah.
And thought that was love.
Yeah. And somebody was doing for her for the first time in her life.
No matter if it was toxic or not.
Yeah. And yeah, like I said, like just thinking about how common divorce is, it's just always felt like a very easy thing to break.
Yeah.
But what I feel in my marriage feels like that would be impossible. You know what I mean?
I agree. I can't imagine a world where I really actually would feel a necessity to leave my husband.
Yeah.
Because I think when you stand at the altar, like, it's through better or for worse. We were very
Mhm.
serious about making sure that we were, physically, mentally, and spiritually aligned before we got married. That was very important to us. I think that it's the responsibility for you as a partnership to exhaust all your options before
Mhm.
you call it quits. And I just think that some people enter marriage too easily. And so I think that's where it becomes easy to divorce. People don't actually really sit back and think, what does marriage mean to me? What does a
Yeah.
partnership mean to me?
It just makes me sad too. I'm just so grateful for what I have that it makes me I would want everybody to have. Andrew's my best friend, and I'm obviously aside from you. So, I don't know, I guess I just never really
But also,
beforehand
like,
thought about what that would be like.
Andrew as your best friend, that is a different relationship than
No, yeah.
us. You can't tier it. You can't, if
No.
somebody asked me, oh, would you place Cassie over Dylan or Dylan over Cat? You guys aren't even on the same playing
It's so
field.
no, it's so different.
I love you in such a different way than I love my husband,
Mhm.
obviously. But
And I don't take that for granted because I don't know if everybody has that. Like I said, my parents were divorced when I was pretty young, so obviously I know they didn't. I love them both so much, but I know, that's not what it was like for them, and that makes me sad because now having it, I think everybody deserves to have that feeling.
what a nice reflection at the end of this episode.
Yeah.
I love that. So, okay, well, if you enjoyed us yapping about our books today, shout out. We've got our Instagram and our TikTok, which is doing
Mhm.
better, I think.
It is. Every time I make one about hating Tamlin, those are the ones that seem to really pop up.
Honestly, should we just change it to a Tamlin hater account?
I feel that it kinda is already, to be honest.
But I like having the freedom to post other things, so we'll leave it.
Yeah.
Yeah, then we have our website that we always mention. We do need to update our website a little bit because we've changed our logo and
Mhm.
we are picking a new book club book tonight at book club. So we'll have a different book of the month because it's not Dracula anymore. I love that we had Dracula for July. That was hysterical to me.
It was. I think I posted on her Instagram, I was reading it in the pool the other day,
Yep.
it was so anti-Dracula.
I love it. All right, guys. Well, until the next chapter, stay cunning, stay brave, and remember you are your own high lady.